Hello everyone. Just a disclaimer before we head right into the darkest dungeon, I must inform you of one thing. Like I will probably tell you within the video, this game is currently early access, i.e. the game hasn't actually been finished. It's not complete in development. There's still lots of stuff to add in, and there's still a lot of bugs of the game. I guess that's the risk you have to take into buying into such things as early access. I wouldn't really recommend buying into early access, but the game is good so far. I'm reporting one particular bug to you guys right now, which is actually going to be very frustrating. And the bug is that when you're recording the game, if you're ever game capturing the game with OBS, for example, or if you are recording the game with Fraps like I do with all my recordings, or MSI Afterburner, it records the game off center. The focus of whatever recording device will be shifted to the bottom left corner of the screen, such that you will not see the entire screen. I have tried playing around with the aspect ratio. I have tried zooming out. This only just results in big black bars. Of course, it just does not record the entirety of the screen, only the bottom left corner and a portion of the center. This is a bug with the game, and I believe at some particular point in time will be patched. If not, then I will go personally to the developer's headquarters and take a dump on the CEO's desk. But this was my first impression of the game. This is me playing the game for the first time, and I'm enjoying it. I hope to play more of it, but only when they fix this bug. But please bear in mind with the current situation, this is my apology in advance. I'm going to still show you the video I recorded, because I mean I sat down to record this, but you will not see the entirety of the screen. At most you'll see the party and the abilities I use and the map and some of the enemies. So there'll be a lot of things left and cut out of the camera. I am really sorry, but the game is buggy. Hey, what can be said? Let's enjoy the game.
Ruin has come to our family. You remember our venerable house? Opulent and imperial, gazing proudly from its stoic perch above the moor. I lived all my years in that ancient, rumor-shadowed manor, fattened by decadence and luxury. And yet I began to tire of conventional extravagance. Singular, unsettling tales suggested the mansion itself was a gateway to some fabulous and unnameable power. With relic and ritual, I bent every effort towards the excavation and recovery of those long-buried secrets, exhausting what remained of our family fortune on swarthy workmen and sturdy shovels. At last, in the salt-soaked crags beneath the lowest foundations, we unearthed that damnable portal of antediluvian evil. Our every step unsettled the ancient earth, but we were in a realm of death and madness. In the end, I alone fled laughing and wailing through those blackened arcades of antiquity, until consciousness failed me. You remember our venerable house, opulent and imperial. It is a festering abomination. I beg you, return home, claim your birthright, and deliver our family from the ravenous, clutching shadows of the darkest dungeon.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Darkest Dungeon. This game, I've been seeing bits and pieces of it before it was released. It was a Kickstarter project and so far it seems to be an amazing game. It's currently on early access, aka give us money now. But it's a really fun game. It's a roguelike RPG, turn-based RPG with some interesting mechanics to character development and estate development. And honestly speaking, it will take a lot for me to explain what the game is all about, all in this one sitting right now. Instead, I would like to show you the beginning of the game, talk about the game as we play it, and hopefully as we play throughout bits of the game, video by video, hopefully we'll get a chance to learn what the game is truly about. I'm still learning the game. Like I said, I've been watching stuff about the game before it's been released, and I have to say the game is good. So let's get straight to it. You start off by opening a letter here, and that's pretty much creating your save data, and that introduction kind of showed you the story of the game. There's a man who owned this estate, and how can I say this? Things started going bad. Yes, delete that. Evil started to spread, and the estate managed to fail. And he's saying you should come and reclaim your birthright. You must come and kill the evil that has taken over this estate, so as to claim your birthright, you as the player. And it's a really awesome game. I can't praise it enough for what it's done so far. So let's get straight to it. You click on the envelope and you name your potential estate. And for those of you who don't know, Monty Ohm was an artist, how can I say this, a motion capturing artist who made quite a couple of works, most famous for Red vs. Blue and Dead Fantasy, amongst other things. And of course you should check out Afro Samurai the game. He was also in charge of the game design and the fighting mechanics of that game as well. It's a really awesome guy, really talented guy in animation. Sad to say that he passed away a few days ago, and I would like to dedicate this estate to him. I know, of course, we don't know each other personally, but I was a fan of what he did, and I aspire one day to find something I'm talented at like he did as well within his life. So let's begin. If I can remember how to even begin, and there we go.
You will arrive along the old road. It winds with a troubling serpent-like suggestion through the corrupted countryside, leading only, I fear, to ever more tenebrous places. There is a sickness in the ancient pitted cobbles of the old road, and on its writhing path you will face viciousness, violence, and perhaps other damnably transcendent terrors. So steel yourself, and remember, there can be no bravery without madness. The old road will take you to hell, but in that gaping abyss, we will find our redemption.
And here we go. This is the old road. Our stagecoach has managed to crash, and it says to move forth. Click on another room on the map, which is this. This will take you to a connecting hallway. So it's a side-scrolling RPG. You can move forwards and backwards. You have a torch which has a certain amount of duration, which increases brightness in rooms. The darker it gets, the harder it becomes, but then you get better rewards, similar to black and white world tendencies in Demon Souls. So the lighter it is, the brighter it is, which means the enemies are not easier, but they are normal. and you have better chances of attacking and dodging as there's more visibility within the room. But as it gets darker, the enemies begin to crit harder, hit harder, and become much more difficult, but the drops are quite amazing. So like I said, you can move backwards and forwards, and you click to move to the connecting corridor.
Brigands have run up these
to the next
lanes.
room.
Keep to the side path.
While in the hallway, press
hamlet
D
is
to
just
move
ahead.
forward, A to move back. If you prefer, you can use the mouse, blah blah blah. So let's go. The artwork in the game is really amazing, and we encounter our first
Dispatch
fight.
this thug in brutal fashion.
Apparently we
that all
surprised
may hear of your arrival.
And combat is turn based on your hero's turn. Click a skill icon and then click on the highlighted target. If you can't, blah 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 blah, mouse over. So it's of course you can rename as many of your members of the party that you have, but here Disman has 3 spells that you can use from this position. You can switch positions with party members so that certain spells can be used from different ranges, but we won't do that for now. We'll just attack, and hopefully we'll inflict bleed on the opponent. What bleed does is, per turn he will lose a certain portion of his HP, which should be 2 per turn per every bleed. But since this enemy is on his own, I would like to use Stunning Blow with my Crusader so that he will miss his next turn. That's if he does not resist the stun. He didn't. Now round 2 he'll miss his turn because he's stunned, but he hasn't got his chance yet. Let's check out what life he has. He has 7 HP. We could potentially kill him in the next 2 blows, but I will instead slash him again, and then he should bleed off double time
Prodigious size
and
alone
die.
does not dissuade the sharpened blade.
And you drop 25 gold for us, which is okay. Let's get back to the map. There are interactable objects. While exploring, you will often find interactable objects. Click or press W to investigate them. Take a look at this tent. One thing you have to understand is that there are positives and negatives to interacting with the environment. I'm sure you'll encounter them. So I would advise picking one person who you will assign the chance to open things. And reason I say this is because if something is negative, then all the negative things will stack on this character. Of course you can just walk past and not loot, and some people are better at looting certain things, so you have to always keep that in mind, who loots and what
Leave
they
nothing
loot.
unchecked. There is much to be found in forgotten places.
What you see happening, the numbers, the black numbers that keep on increasing, are
An ambush.
stress.
Send these vermin a message.
Let's take care
The
of these
rightful
guys
owner
first.
has returned, and their kind is
dodged.
no
That's
longer
bad.
welcome.
That's bad. We're gonna need to try. Oh, we dodged. That's good. We're gonna need to try stun the big guy. He might have higher resistance to stuns, but we just have to take the chance. He resisted. That's bad. That's actually very bad. Let's try bleed him out again. There we go. We got 4 damage. Oh, and he resisted. That's, I don't know. That's terrible. Okay. Things aren't. Oh my word.
Mortality clarified in
Things
a
aren't going
single
so well.
strike.
Ooh, got a 24 crit. Now that
Reeling.
changed the
About
tides
to break.
significantly. We dodged. That's amazing. The brigand has 9. This will do base of 80. Let's try. We killed him off.
The
That's good.
victory.
Good chances.
Perhaps the turning
we
point.
rolled higher on the damage. We could potentially try bleed him out, and hopefully he'll die in 2 turns if we miss damage. I don't have bandages to stop the bleed, sadly. Let's try kill him. We did
As
it.
the
High roll.
fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
Nice, we ended up making it. Let's try loot this. It's trapped, but we resisted whatever ailment was in the trap. So we've been learning some of the basics of combat within the starting tutorial area. I hope you're getting a good idea, and I hope that if you have any questions about this game, please leave a comment and ask. I would be glad to help you. Now, as I was saying, the black numbers above the player's head are their stress levels. Different characters work in different ways under certain levels of stress. Some people work better at higher levels of stress when they resolve, where they test their own resolve and they find out that they can endure more. Some give up, some show bad character traits, some show good character traits. So depending on how much stress they have, they might act differently. But as a rule, how a character acts under stress is all RNG. You cannot control who works better under stress or not. So as a rule, always make sure the stress levels are low. So you want to keep the stress low and you want to keep your health up at all times. So this guy got 2 resolve XP. And during his travels, we found out that he's resilient. He got +10 stress heal, and that's it. So that's actually a genuine good thing. He has improved as a character.
Welcome home, such as it is. This squalid hamlet, these corrupted lands, they are yours now, and you are bound to them.
So the caretaker has some goals for us to accomplish. These are the goals that are currently present at the game as it currently stands at early access. We have some week 1 news. Dismal is now an apprentice, level 1. Reynolds is now level 1, excuse me, and they both survived, luckily enough. Let's close that. Get help where you may. On the screen in the game, you may press H to get help things about what to do. I guess we'll be pressing that a lot more as I learn how to play the game. This is the Monty Home Estate, as we said. The different buildings, we've got taverns, we have centurions, we have the abbey, the guild, blacksmith, the nomad wagon, and the stage wagon, which we'll be going to shortly. All these buildings will be unlocked as we continue playing throughout the game, or as we learn more about the game and do the beginning sections, and we'll be able to upgrade them. And in turn, the blacksmith, for example, will be able to upgrade some of our armor, weaponry, and such. The guild will have some quests for us, and of course we can take some of the people we have in our long list of party members to work in the guild and such, and we can have people working in the abbey, we can have people in the sanitarium, we can have people working or enjoying themselves in the taverns, so that they can reduce their certain amounts of stress levels and maybe to cure some ailments that can't be cured during battle. So let's go to the stagecoach to recruit some new people.
Women and men, soldiers and outlaws, fools and corpses. All will find their way to us now that the road is clear.
Okay, so right now there's a Seeker Plague Doctor and a Seeker Vestal. Those are the only 2 we can recruit now.
What better laboratory than the blood-soaked battlefield?
So we'll take both of them. There's upgrading the stagecoach increases the available heroes for hire each week or increases your roster size. Currently we've upgraded nothing. We may spend certain resources to do so for the hero barracks and the stagecoach network. So far we'll just leave it as it is. And the graveyard is where you view all your fallen heroes.
Most will end up here, covered in the poisoned earth, awaiting merciful oblivion.
This is where you view all people who have died. So if we had lost one of the 2 current members, either Reynolds or Dismal, then of course you would find their bodies there and you can review their stats and what they had and what you lost. But let us embark right now.
A mecca of madness and morbidity. Your work begins.
So we have a low-level dungeon here in the ruins. So now, since we only have 4 people, we won't really have to manage much of our party. But one thing you have to understand is that each particular hero has a preferred position. The Crusader would love to be up front. Most of his skills are melee range, so we'd like to put him up front. We put Dismal in the middle because he likes to be in the middle. He's got both close and far range attacks, so we'd like him to be in a position to do melee attacks and to do range attacks. The further back you put him will cut off certain abilities, so if you put him in the very 4th position, he'll be only able to do maybe certain ranged attacks, depending on which abilities he has for the apprentice highwayman. The Seeker Plague Doctor would like to be in the far back. We'll put him in 3rd position so that he can launch out his ranged abilities without putting himself in danger. And the Seeker Vestal is a healer that would like to put in the extreme far back because of being able to heal the entire party at range without even having to put themselves in danger, and of course having a range stun, which is also cool. So now we can set off on our quest and buy provisions, which is also good.
The cost of preparedness, measured now in gold, later in blood.
So you'll want to take different supplies depending on what region you're going to, how long the quest is, and your own preferences, but always bring some food and torches. For your first short quest, try bring at least 8 food and 4 torches. Now, as much as they said bring 8 food and 4 torches, me being me, I am going to bring more than that. So let's buy the standard 4 food. Wait, did he say 8 food and 4? I think he said that. That was my bad. Click to sell. There we go. That was my misread. And we're going to take an anti-venom. We're going to take maybe 2 bandages. We're going to take some herbs. We're going to take holy water. And then we're going to carry 2 shovels just in case. Now from here we still have 4,000 gold. Like I said, he said 8 and 4 is the magical ratio for him, what he thinks you should need. It should be enough, of course, if you're a skilled player, but I always advise to carry a bit extra. You never know what could happen. You just never know. So what I'll do is I'll carry 13 food. Nope, sell that. 12 food is fine. And then 7 torches. Could be a waste of money, but better safe than sorry. Like, one thing you have to understand is that if any of your characters die, they're dead for good. And then you'll have to recruit new characters into your arsenal, which is fair and fine. It's always good to have more, but cut losses whenever possible. There's no need to kill off your entire party, but this should be fine. Let's embark.
The fiends must be driven back. And what better place to begin than the seat of our noble line? As
we can see, our map layout kind of requires us to do a lot of backtracking, so we'll go to this room first because it's the easiest to backtrack from. Then we'll have to decide whether we're going left or forward. I don't know. The layout isn't all that favorable towards us. There's no linking passage here, which could... because you have to understand, it's either the map will end there or end there. So if we get there and it's not over, we'll have to backtrack all the way here and up the way this side, which is not so great. Let's go. Like I said, books. Usually when I read books, there's nothing but bad words, which usually increase my player stress, so I'm gonna just walk past that for now. There was a trap that I did not see.
Cruel machinations spring to life.
And that...
with a singular purpose.
That wasn't so great. Deadly disease. What disease were we? We weren't plagued by anything, luckily enough. Scouting. Okay, let's see. Seems to be nothing in this room, so it was just a dead end with no real reward to it. Torch is getting a bit darker, but we'll just fight through this one in particular. Not a good start. Oh, a dodge. Okay, that's decent. That's not so great. That's not great. Let's see. Let's try shank this guy. Oh my word, that's a terrible start to a hand. Plague grenade, nauseous gas, vapors. Let's try inflict blight on this guy. That's not good. I need to cure her. Let's go there, bandage her up. Stop the bleeding and try heal the party. That was a poor heal, sadly. Let us read the scripture. So far, not so good. We have a man taking too much damage. You have many people taking too much damage, and sadly people are missing. This is a terrible start if I were to say myself. I was supposed to stop the bleeding, but I kind of forgot. Cure blight, bleed base. See, cure failed. Oh well, I tried. At least he's dead.
A victory. Perhaps the turning point.
Round 3 now.
Confidence
One down, one to
as
go.
the enemy crumbles. As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
Take all. Okay, so we're forced to use 2 bandages prematurely, which is never good. Guess let's risk reading this. Dull and uninteresting. Okay, so there were no negative towards it, besides a waste of time. There are fights going along this way and treasures along this way. I guess we're going to have to take the left route and hope for the best. But so far, it's actually very bad because healer has taken way too much damage. Sack is empty. This could be very dangerous, but let's try. Stashed loot. Ooh, what did we find? Got some portraits and some onyx for us to sell at the end of this expedition if we make it there. The torch is running out. As I said, the darker it becomes, the harder it gets, so let's burn out some torches. I'm trying to keep it rolling, keep it rolling. I'm trying to understand what I'm going... Ooh. We surprise them, that's good. We get the first turn. Depending on whether we hit or miss. We hit. Resisted the bleed though. Let's try get him out now.
Press this advantage.
Cut down numbers.
Give them no quarter.
It's always a good thing. One thing you have to understand is that even if an enemy unit has 1 HP, they can still inflict their potential maximum damage. So if you can eliminate a threat instantly, I would advise you to do so. Let's blight him up. Kill him off slowly. Let's see if she can heal herself or something good. 4 is decent. More stress on her. He dodged the pull, that's good. Some of the units have abilities that... What does this do? Plus 15 damage, okay. Let's buff him up. Let's try get him out the way. Just keep on healing her up, because that's the last person I really want to die. Graveyard slash, 3 damage, no bleed, hopefully, nope. Scriptures deal enough damage to kill him, maybe, if I'm lucky, and then do damage to the other. If they don't miss, which is not so good. Please, I beg of you. Oh my word, that's the worst RNG I could potentially have ever wished for. I think I need to stun someone. Holy crap! Oh, the mage just did justice.
Well struck.
Oh man, that was big. That was really big. She pulled through. God.
Such a terrible assault.
Damn, that was
cannot be
a lot of
left
damage though.
unanswered.
He's dead. Read the scriptures. And die.
A trifling victory, but a victory nonetheless.
It's trapped. Oh well. Wait, he resisted the blight. That's actually very good. One thing I have to understand, I don't know if I already said this or not, but you can actually swap your party members before fights when you're doing nothing, and it will cost you no abilities, it will cost you no turns, and it's pretty much a good way just to arrange your party before a potential room when you've cleared the room. So if you've been rearranged within a fight, like I was saying, there's some enemies that have abilities to rearrange your party, of course setting you off balance and making certain abilities not work because you're now in a different position. You can rearrange yourself after that fight or during the fight, but that will cost you turns if you do it during the fight. Stashed heirlooms, we'll take those. More gold for us. Exertions of adventure have produced growing hunger amongst the party. So now this is when our food comes in. If we eat 4 food, we get 5% health regen. But no real choice, because if they starve, they get more stressed, which is not so good. Scouting more. Okay, this room might be a bit dangerous. There will be something of interest, there'll be a battle, and there'll be a treasure. This is when our shovel will come in handy.
Even the cold stone seems bent on preventing passage.
I have to shovel it out the way. Easy fight if done right, if we don't miss, that is. Ooh. We're not missing so far. Grave nibble. No alias. Oh, we've been stunned. That's actually not so good. Bite. This could inflict some venom. Blight. There we go. That's not so good for us. Curing blight. Right click on the antivenom. I think we should have some antivenom. And let's start healing people. I believe this could be a good chance to start healing up people for the following room. Taste the scriptures.
Be gone, fiend.
And we move on.
Executed with impunity.
We've got a sack on a dead body. Pack contains loot.
Wealth beyond measure.
More food and more gems.
Awarded to the brave and the foolhardy alike.
And that's actually quite good. Ooh, okay. We surprised them. That's good. Can't burn a torch. Now we can. Let's start up the healing. No, hold on. I think let's start up the stunning. No, that's the heal. Oh, I keep on mistaking the heal and the stun. My bad. Grape shot. Kill off 1, do damage to 2. We'll take that trade. And then we'll scripture these 2. Kill them off totally. It's a good start. Hopefully we'll be able to blight up this guy. Or we could buff 1 to potentially deal damage. And kill him off on the next turn. This is next turn. Ooh, he missed. That's not so great. Fine, nauseous gas, this guy. Light him up. Time to heal up, party. That's a 5. That's a good big heal for us. We should have some sustenance for the next. Oh my word, stop missing, please. Alright. Don't miss. There we go. Buff, doing business.
As victories mount, so too will resistance.
So we have obtained what we needed to complete the quest, but ooh, that wasn't so good. Like I said, some people are better at robbing things than others, so we got something potentially negative from that one. We've got what we need, so what we'll do is we'll try explore these other rooms, gaining more stress as we do, gaining more hunger as we do, but then we still have the excess supplies that we brought, which I was saying is a good thing, because we are now able to do more than we could have with just the normal amounts of food and torches, because we still have more food so we can eat. That's good. Nothing in here, of course, because we've been through here. Now we're just backtracking. Sometimes when you backtrack, you will fight. Let's keep up the light. Keep up the light, keep it clean, keep it easy. Last thing I want is to lose characters in my first ever playthrough of the game. Well, not playthrough, but first ever video. Okay, so we'll get the highwayman to try to disarm this. Disarmed. No damage taken. Oh, we resisted, that's good. there could have potentially been something in there. But sadly, there was nothing. Lead on him. Let's try hope for a cure. Cured him. It's good. Can retain some bandages. What we'd like to do here is potentially... we could risk doing damage to both. They have 12 HP each on all three actually. So I guess we could make them read the scripture and then potentially kill off one.
A singular strike.
That was actually good. And as good things happen within a fight, they gain more stress alleviation too, because of the fact that things are going well within the party. 12, 15. Heal him. Round 2. Okay, grape shot, both. Small damage, that wasn't a very good turn. Hopefully blight her up, reduce her HP over time. They're trying to pull. They've brought him up to the front in a position where he actually does not want to be. Luckily enough, our Crusader can still attack from the second position. Scriptures shall bless thee, and judgment shall kill you.
This expedition at least promises success.
And now we rearrange. Oh, no, that's fine. Moving on to the next room. Running out of torches though, this may not be good, but luckily enough, when you finish a quest, or even when you haven't finished a quest, you can abandon any dungeon at any time. You can even flee from battle if you're dying, but that has chances to work or not to work. So always keep that in mind, that it's actually encouraged in this game to cut down on losses. If you feel that you are about to die, you're about to lose members that you don't want to lose, flee and fail the mission. It's better this way because you can regroup afterwards, heal up all your people, cure all their ailments, and then come back to this dungeon maybe with the same party that has become better, or maybe with a different party altogether. So always feel free. This is one game that encourages recovering from loss. Don't ever be scared to fail, because the game is hard. I'm just having good luck and it's still an easy dungeon, but as we play on further, hopefully the game will become harder. Like here we have been moved out of place, so let's try and rearrange things. This will cost me a turn, which I honestly don't want to do, but I think it's for the better of the entire fight. Goodness gracious, that man is about to die. Let's retreat him out. This is really about to die. He's nearly on death's door, and they're focusing in the guy down.
Teetering on the brink, facing the abyss.
Death's door. When an opponent is reduced to 0, they're on death's door. While the state is active, they will suffer stat penalties plus any further blah blah blah. Afflicted. When a hero can't take the stress anymore, they become afflicted. This manifests in different behaviors and stat changes. Affliction lasts until you send them to treatment in town, unless you can reduce their stress to 0 during the quest, which is close to impossible. Okay, so things are not going so great. We'll try and recover. Excuse me. Still sick as always, so game's still good though. Let's see, grape shot, no, not really. Pistol shot though. Take out the one at the back, put him down a bit. Let's try keep him up. Last thing we want is a party member to die in the beginning, really, because that's not so good. blight him up, scripture them both. Hopefully the one in front will die to blight in the next round. He's out.
Prodigious
Now I have
size
to take out the
alone
ranged
does not
one.
dissuade the sharpened
He's in a
blade.
position whereby he's out in the front lines and hopefully will die, which is never good for an archer.
These nightmarish creatures can be felled. They can be beaten.
That was very close. We almost lost our plague doctor, which is never good. Blight, goodness gracious. Let's keep it up. Keep up the torches. Oh my word, really? Okay, that's our last bandage. We need to be more careful now. We're running out of resources. Just one more room though. And in this room was nothing. We've cleared the entire dungeon, it seems, so we may now return back to base and regroup.
Room by room, hall by hall, we reclaim what is ours.
Now these are the experience per player. We can see what's wrong with them and what we can do to make things better. The Crusader is deadly. He's got +1 crit, so that's a bonus to his overall stats. The Highwayman is anemic, which is quite bad because now he has -10% bleed resist. And our Plague Doctor is clumsy now, so he has got -5 dodge on that, and our healer is still the same. Let's return to town.
I was lord of this place before the crows and rats made it their domain.
Activity log week 2. The tavern is now unlocked. The abbey is now unlocked. And our 2 new recruits are now level 1, which is good. Coming up in the world. Let us go to the stagecoach and see. We have 2 new people. We have a Plague Doctor, but who has Nauseous Blast, Incision, Emboldening Vapors, and Disorienting Blast, which is a single target shuffle, 15 damage buff, bleed, blight. There was one Plague Doctor I once got in the previous save I had, which had a 2 target stun, which was freaking amazing. But sadly we don't have that luck. We'll take this Plague Doctor because we're going to have to replace.
Laboratory than the blood-soaked battlefield.
And this is a Grave Robber, a Seeker Grave Robber. This one has Pick to the Face as a melee damage attack, Flashing Daggers to have a crit, Poison Dart, which has a blight chance, and Toxin Trickery, which has a chance to cure blight and bleed, which could be useful. Could be, depending on. I think with our current setup of heroes though, we wouldn't be able to fully utilize her, but we'll take her.
To those with a keen eye, gold gleams like a dagger's point.
Let's hold on to our points just for a second. Let's go to the tavern for stress relief.
Fresh kegs, cards, and curtained rooms promise solace to the weary and broken alike.
Stress relief. Heroes relieve stress by taking part in activities at the tavern and abbey. Each activity has different side effects. Experiment to find the best for each hero depending on their quirks. So we have the bar, drink your cares away. The thrill of winning by gambling, and brothel pleasure of the flesh. The caretaker is currently enjoying this activity. Oh man. Let's take a look at our first Plague Doctor. Shocker, light sensitivity, and clumsy. Affliction, masochistic. I wonder how we can cure that. He likes dealing pain to himself. Drink your cares away, the thrill of winning, and we can't take him to the brothel. Let's just hold on to that. Let's go to the abbey.
The cobwebs have been dusted, the pews set straight. The abbey calls to the faithful.
Flagellation brings absolution. Penance hole. I'm sure this guy would enjoy himself here, but it will cost me 1,500 gold. What we could do is we could redo that dungeon that we just did. Well, I could personally redo that dungeon to regain the amount of money that this guy has costed us. That dungeon is easy, and I think our new recruits will be able to accomplish it, since they still need to even get to level 1 to regain his money, and then we can move on to a higher level dungeon. But either way, we need this guy cured. No pain, no gain. Well, anyway, I think this will be a good place to stop it right now. I've completed the first quest and we've made it to the Montium estate. Before we end this video, I think we may rename our Crusader to someone I know. And no, I did not want to embark. But anyway, oh, didn't do it correctly, sadly. Let's see. There we go. Okay, enter. There we go. That's fine. Well, anyway, guys, guys and girls, that is the Darkest Dungeon. It's a good game. I don't know. You judge it for yourselves. I will be playing more of it. If you want more, please be vocal about it. Tell me if you want more or not. And we'll see you guys next time in the Darkest Dungeon.